What's up, Chad, and welcome to the video. So today I want to talk to you about a very interesting project that I've come across called Wand Investments. Now, over the last couple of weeks we've seen a couple of different projects launch that are all based around investments and treasuries. So basically the taxes build up a treasury which is then invested in other projects, and then the interest from that is given as reflections to the holders. Now, these guys at Wand have got a protocol which takes this to kind of the next level. It's a very unique, first of a kind type protocol, which I've certainly never seen before. It looks very, very interesting, and it's something that I definitely wanted to share with you guys. So these guys have pretty much got a whole little ecosystem going on. So the project will actually be a dual token platform. So the two main tokens in the ecosystem will be Skepta and Baton. Now, there will be actually a third token called Wand, but it won't be available to buy or sell, anything like that. It's only going to be working in the back end of things. So but we'll go into that in more detail a little bit later. So here we go in a nutshell. The project has two tokens, like I was saying. Skepta, the first one, is going to be like what you can sort of say the principal token. However, it won't be able to be bought in a decentralized exchange. The only way to buy and sell this token or burn it, as you're going to see later on, is through the website. Now, this token is deflationary by nature, and the price of the token can only go up. So we'll go into that in a little bit more detail in a second, and you'll be able to see why that is. Now, the second token, Baton, this is going to be the passive income token. So like I was saying before, these guys, the tokens are going to have treasuries, and those treasuries are going to be used to invest in different protocols. Mostly in this for this project, they're going to be investing in very low risk, farms and staking protocols. Sort of staking stable coins and that kind of thing, and then the interest that gains then is going to be paid out in airdrops for the holders in stable coins. So so moving on to the tokens. It explains it a little bit more in detail. So Skepta, and they've got a little nice diagram that kind of explains it as well, that we'll go over in a second. So Skepta, the token is 100% backed by stable coins. It's going to increase progressively, and is going to have continuous growth of the backing per token benefiting the holders. Baton, like we were saying before, you can buy Skepta, right? And you can sell Skepta, but you can also burn it, and then you'll get the Baton. And it's when you've got the Baton, if you hold it, you get these USDC weekly airdrops. Now, then you can choose to collect the airdrops and receive it, or you can choose to reinvest that in and get more Skepta. And this is the strategy that allows Skepta to just move up. And it sort of speaks a little bit about Wand here. So Wand is basically a back-end version of Skepta, which is going to be used lending platforms. So let's click into the Skepta token. So this is saying how it works now. It's saying that it's not available on any sort of DEX or centralized exchange. It can only be bought or sold from the protocol. The stable coins, because you've got to use stable coins to buy Skepta from the website. The money used from that will be used to form the Skepta treasury that backs the token. Then they have all the formula, that all the maths behind it as to why this token will continue to increase over time. And there we go, where it talks about the taxes serving several purposes: to feed the treasury, to support the Skepta backing price, ensure that investors selling actually increase the value of Skepta tokens, and offer dynamic Skepta pricing. So moving on, a bit more detail about the Baton token. So this is the one that, in order to get it, you have to burn Skepta token. There we go, investors burn Skepta token, receives Baton. And you hold this to receive the airdrops. Or you can choose to burn Baton, you will also receive a USDC for doing that as well. Now, it just goes a bit of tokenomics to show what happens with the Baton treasury here. I'm sure we're going to treasury, it'll also say the same thing. but it's saying 45% of it is compounded, 45% is used then to distribute the USDC, and 10% goes to a dev wallet. So this just explains about what the treasuries are used for. Like I was saying before, most of them are going into very, very low risk investments. As it says here, the investments from the Skepta and Baton treasuries will be very conservative in order to go continuously. Stable coin pairs, native network tokens, stable coins, and that kind of stuff. But they are going to have a small percent that's going to what they call the risk treasury. This will be a small percentage, and it will be used for slightly higher risk investments. And again, all these things got these nice diagrams that kind of explains exactly how it works, which is cool. You're very, very early on this project. Like, there's no website available at the moment. That's still in construction. So this is currently their version of the white paper that's available right now. They also do have a Medium article that explains nicely about the project. So I'll put the link to both of these in the description of the video. And you can open this up and read it in a bit more detail. So the lending platform. One of the innovations of the model is the use of 100% back token WAND as collateral to increase the treasury value. We use WAND on lending platform and on partners lending platforms. This isn't a token that you'll be able to buy or sell. It's a token that's linked to Skepta, and that they will be using with the investments that they're making, basically. Now, currently, the project is owned and controlled by the team, right? What they're saying is they gradually want to move into a DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, eventually. Which means that obviously, the long-term holders, the whales, the big holders, the big believers in the project will have a say in the direction of the project in the future as well. KYC and audits, they're going to do the KYC with Obsidian, which is always a bonus. We know that generally projects at KYC with these can be trusted because the KYCs are quite rigorous, and I'm personally yet to see anything malicious happen from a project that launched with these guys. And saying the team is docked to the elected governance council as well. So they got a multi-sig on the wallet, and the CertiK audit will be completed before pre-sale. Which I hope they've already started that, because CertiK, as we know, tends to take a long time doing these audits. So yeah, it's still very early on, so none of the contracts are ready yet. They've just got the Risk Treasury 1 available. As you can see on the roadmap, very early on this one, the seed sale, I think, is being done at the moment, and obviously pre-sale still a long way away in June and July, so plenty of time, to get yourself, whitelist spots or whatever is needed for this one. And, to follow the project and see how it progresses. So the team, you can see here, some information about the team, all the projects they've worked on previously, very experienced team, which is always good. And they're very open about how the team is going to be making money from the project. They tell you what percentage they're going to be taking from certain areas. So that's pretty much most of the information that's available right now. This project, to me, it's kind of first of a kind of project. So kind of how Drip was the first of a kind of that kind of staking protocol, and Titano was the first of a kind of the positive rebase projects. I kind of see WAND Investments as the first of a kind of a new type of protocol that I'm really interested to see how this one turns out. And so that's pretty much everything that I've got to say today, guys. I'll be putting all the information I've got on this project and a link to their community in the description below, and go and check it out for yourself. So thanks for listening, and until next time, bye.